Now, there are specific ways that I will talk about my family in order to keep my hive safe. Um, because in this, world that seems to be on fire, for some reason, when someone starts running their mouth, they get really upset and really scared that they're going to divulge information that's going to, cause hurt and pain and all of this stuff. And that's not wrong, because humanity can be horrible. And I say that because in my entire life, I have had the delightful pleasure of being an observer. And when I say I am an observer, I mean I am literally paid to watch, whether it is watching TV, watching a game, watching a situation. There are the elements of control mechanisms that are supposed to be put into place to ensure the safety of all, individuals. Now, depending on the game, the show, all of these things that you're talking about, there are very specific rules. And this is where we get into at what point does work recruitment turn into human trafficking? And we're going to talk about that too. But there's this space where you don't want to be the one that is causing problems, but sometimes you're going to see stuff that's just, you can tell something's not right. And that goes to a story that my husband actually usually shares. And as I've said before, I'm going to get him on camera at some point in time. He is my exact opposite when it comes to my chaotic, delightful, in-your-faceness. He is very subdued and quiet. And yet, I can get him excited and goofy, and it's going to be a whole lot of fun once he has a little bit more confidence to get on camera. But he took baby girl to the grocery store. And this was like when she was like 4. And they're walking through the store, and she sees another kid in the aisle, like, throwing an absolute fit, like, throwing their arms, their legs, just having a fit. And my daughter kind of looked at the kid and looked at my husband and was like, Daddy, what's wrong with him? And when you see stuff like that and you ask the question of what's wrong in this silly story of, if you're a parent and you've had that moment of your kid just throwing a tantrum and not knowing the best way to handle it, it's so difficult in that moment. But when you're looking at it and from an outside viewpoint, you kind of like, what's wrong? What happened? Like, you're driving down the street and there's a car accident. The automatic thing that everyone slows down and looks. And then, other accidents happen. And when you're talking physics and you are talking, baby girl is ready to go. So I'm going to drive while I finish it. When you're talking about physics and specifically in quantum, and you're talking about like entangled particles and all of this stuff, the observer is a very key element in whether or not something is or isn't, because you don't know until it happens. And so we're going to explore that as we go into my life as an observer, seeing everything that's on the internet. Because guess what? I am older than the internet, but not older than Congress. So I'm somewhere in there, late 1900s. So basically, I'm older than dirt. And I say this jokingly, but also realizing that as you get older, you have information to share. And so I'm going to share it with you. And you can take what you want, you can throw out what you don't, or you can just stop listening. But I'm going to keep talking. So enjoy the delightfully chaoticness that is going to ensue.